yours. Knocked his ass out and kissed him on the cheek. He fucked up just by thinking I was sweet. I run the city, might have thought I was some cliques. You never heard someone like this upon the beat. Tutti fruity, the booty duty is jury duty. Moody foodies, jacuzzis is filled with bougie booties. All of this money, don't know how to count it, man. I think I need a computer. I can't live in deep, man. I live at the funeral. I got no need for a shooter. I'm getting bigger. Do you wanna reconsider? Lost control of a killer. I'm getting bigger. The whole label's drug dealers, If you build it, homie, they will come. If you turning up to save me some. Drop down to get your ego on. I don't care for boring people. I think you're lame. I only politic with goons wild out the frame. Better take another shot, bitch. It's not a game. I'll beat it out the frame. Baraka, waka, flock of flame. I am a legend, man. You know that I have a problem with acting a fool. I don't talk to police. I know nothing. I swear to God that shit is not true. I'm a barbarian, hopping adrenaline, looking for something to do. I'm remarkable. I'm on a roll. If you need education, I'll take you to school. I'm getting bigger. Do you wanna reconsider? Lost control of a killer. I'm getting bigger. Wake up, brush off, get clean, look good. Put on 2 chains, flexing, but what's up? So fly, 2C, be you, look good. I win, you lose, fuck you, what's up? I don't care for boring people. I think you're lame. I only politic with goons wild out the frame. Better take another shot, bitch. It's not a game. I'll beat it out the frame. Baraka, waka, flock of flame. I'm the shit. Now I think I will go catch a body. Fuck your bitch. And then I will go take a potty. No teriyaki, ya Kawasaki. If you're gonna you can hop in the shotty. She poppin' the molly. We'll cop in the squatty. Oh, cookie, loving the body. I'm getting bigger. Do you wanna reconsider? Lost control of a killer. I'm getting bigger. Sing this. 1 time. 2 time. 3 time. Hey.
What is happening, you guys? And welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan. And tonight, on a tailgate party that never seems to stop, day 2 of OTAs. I was on yesterday. I told you guys I was going to come back on tonight. And rightfully so, a lot of juicy stuff coming out. As you guys know, clips. If you're a subscriber on the YouTube channel, you've already seen I've been dropping shorts all day long. Little highlight things. Some just listen. And I mean, what month are we in? May? Yeah. We're almost in June. There's not a lot of football, but there's enough. Yes. So good stuff coming out. Reports, inside scoop, the whispers, beat writers, insiders, things are being talked about, OTAs. I mean, listen, it's the off season, so everybody got to get they swole on, get bulked up. Beach season's coming. Everyone, you know, after the holidays, you put on a couple extra. Everybody getting off football. They're eating all these carbs. They're doing their weight training. They're building on their bodies. So everybody's looking big. You know, getting that extra weight on, because here in South Florida, definitely playing a sport like the NFL through that. I mean, just look at how the players look on week 1 to look how they look later in the season. Everybody loses weight. You know, they're beat up. So this is the time you prepare for the long season. And the guys are. We got a bunch of videos, a bunch of good stuff. Got a couple of the boys in the back. They're going to be popping up here in a little bit. But before we go, if you guys are watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, make the journey. Come over to YouTube. Subscribe here on the network. Everybody that's watching, hit the like button. Sending out all these shorts, going live all the time. The notifications don't always pop up, especially when I only do it like, an hour before I'm going live. We're going to get better in the habit of putting out like the programming for the week. When the season starts, probably like Saturday or Sunday, we're going to drop all the programming and time slots throughout the week, outside of impromptu live shows. So all the guys, we got a bunch of us around here at the Fins Tailgate. Make sure you guys are checking all of us out. Segway. Myself with the Fins Tailgate, El Capitan. You got color commentary coming at you with the morning coffee and a cup of color in the afternoon colors. You got Ali the Persian, my man's in the backs right now, actually. He's coming with the broken takes, set to record tomorrow. Can't wait for that. DTA is still hanging on somewheres. Hopefully the homeboy will come back around sooner rather than later. We miss you, DTA. We were just talking about you. Hope you're doing well. You got Lou, a.k.a. the Rabid Dolphin, always popping in on the panels, doing a lot of the midday co-hosting with Shake Money. Shout out to Shake Money, doing the middays. You guys can catch him tomorrow for the drive times. Always hitting you guys at around 5 to 6 p.m. on that evening commute. You're all pissed off about your day. You can come here and be pissed off with the guys. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate. Definitely great ways to support the channel. Always appreciate the super chats. We love super chats. Great way to get your comment brought up, addressed in the middle of conversations. They will never be overlooked. We will always go through them. And then, help support the program. Hit the join button. Become a member. There's 3 different levels. And guys, if you cannot afford to donate or become a member, then hit the like button. Share the video. Find some people who would enjoy the content. We don't just talk about football here, as you guys know. It's Dolphin-centric, football-centric, but, it's a lot of good nonsense around here we try to keep you entertained with. Also, guys, link in the description for Fanatics. Make sure you guys are checking out and getting all your officially licensed gear through Fanatics. You can catch it helps out the show when you use the link in the description. It lets them know that we sent you. And then also, guys, check out our friends at Debbie Energy Drinks. Yeah, boy. I'm getting me some Debbie, too. Shake has the unveiling video, so you guys can go back and check out that and his excellent palate with all the good whiskeys and wines he be tasting. He can let you know what something tastes good or not. And he says that the W is worth the buy. Use offer code TFTG, and that will get you 10% off of your first purchase. And then also check out our friends at Backroom Collections, guys. If you use offer code TFTG with them as well, you'll get 10%. They got one-of-a-kind canvas art. They got, all kinds of good stuff, helmets, you name it. They got it. Check them out. What is happening? Shake Money, bringing Shake up here first. What's going on? You're on mute, Shake.
What's going on, man? Another beautiful day. Like you said, man, I do have a palate for wine, man. That should help you pick different notes and things like that. Right. So you train your palate. And W Energy drink. I tell you what, I drink it on the weekends because I love black coffee. Monday through Friday. That's one of the joys.
So you're cutting down on your coffee intake, which is smart because coffee, although coffee isn't necessarily bad for you, it does draw out the moisture in your body and the moisture that comes away from you when you're drinking coffee because it puts heat down inside your stomach. It takes it from your organs. Well, that's why you drink. Oh, you drink iced coffee? Ooh.
Yeah. I buy it at Starbucks shit at Winn-Dixie and just drink.
I'm not an iced coffee guy. Iced coffee to me tastes like old coffee. That's what iced coffee tastes like to me. It tastes like old coffee.
I drink it plain and black. But by the way, listen, I just wanted to say real quick, the 9th, because 10th and the 11th, Dolph Freaky is doing that mud bash, whatever.
Oh, she's not doing the beach bash. She's doing it at the mud hole.
Yeah. And
she's doing it at the mud hole.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the 9th and 10th. It's gonna be a sleepover, bro. I am excited because I am going with the old lady this time. Me and the old lady. When are the dates?
When are the
dates? 10th and the 11th.
10th and the 11th of next month.
Mm-hmm. I will be there.
I wasn't gonna make the beach bash this year. I went last year, but
yes,
it's mud.
Gonna be a lake.
Yeah, I know the areas around there. Are you going? Where's it gonna be? Is it gonna be out in Hendry County?
Yeah. I'll send you the link. But yeah, it's a beach. It's a mud bash. And it's like I said, it's overnight. You get to camp and everything.
Listen, the redneck in me loves a good old mud hole, bro. Like I can't. That shit is fun. I get too turnt though, and so I mean, if I'm gonna go, it's just gonna be Capitan, and it's gonna be me, shirtless with the purple jacket, and maybe maybe pantless too. Who knows? You know, I like to get down. Ali, what's going on, Ali? Bringing my man's up here. What's good? Ali has his muted mic as well.
Sorry about that. What's up?
You're good, buddy. You're good. What's going on, Ali?
Not much, man.
Yeah, lots of great news coming out, Ali. I know you've seen it all day. It's in Lehigh. Man. So it is in Lehigh, Paul. Okay. I know the area. I know the area well. Let's bring color up here, boys. Color commentary on location, out and about.
On the streets.
On the streets of South Florida.
Working the corner.
Working the corner. Holding down his corner. He's got his do-rag and his gat and his bag full of goodies. He's got to hold down his edge.
Yep, making sure all the bums hear the good word.
Let's shout out to everybody in chat coming in here. Not always first, but often first in all TFTG chats. California, the family member. He is in here early. We love you, California.
I like California's icon there.
Yes, he's representing the wolf pack. There's only two types of people in the wolf pack scenario. You're either a wolf or a sheep. Once you even take any of that in there, you're either a wolf or a sheep. That's it.
No.
Or a dog. And I mean,
Meh.
Yeah.
So Shake Money, you're a sheep then.
Meh.
So shout out to Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. What's up, Daniel? Duke Thompson, what's going on? Salute. Another member in here, a resident Bills fanatic, friend of the program, even with all his terrible love for his terrible football team, Michael K, a.k.a. Dudfins. Tuna was throwing 7-yard jarts. I think he spelled darts wrong, bro. God, I can't help these guys.
Hey, by the way, there's 3 things that sheep are good for: wool, food, and condoms.
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
right. Yeah,
that's
that is true. That is true. Wow. Wow. So if you're a sheep and you're calling other people wolves, just take into account those are the only 3 uses we have for you. Okay.
I had another use
you
for
decide,
a sheep, but not what you think.
Just so you got to think. Either I'm taking that wool, I'm eating that meat, or I'm going to eat that meat, baby.
So in Persian culture, they stew the head of the sheep, right? And my parents, we from Northwest Ohio, we'd go and buy, local farm, buy like 2 or 3, whatever you call, like 2 or 3 sheep. And they would butcher them in the backyard. They'd clean them and everything. And they do it like the old Middle Eastern style. It's called halal. And they bless it and all that stuff and whatnot. And they don't waste anything. They eat pretty much everything. And they stew the head of the sheep. Well, anyway, I had some female friends from high school and stuff coming over and everything, some girlfriends and whatnot. And this was in the middle of the winter, and it was so cold you could have like a bag of meat not in the freezer, but leave it outside because it's frozen. It's so freaking cold, right? So one night I take them out into the greenhouse, and there's this big like contractor bag sitting on the table. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, "Hey, go look in that bag for me and tell me what's in there." And
let me know what's in that bag over there. Nice. Continue. 3 heads of a lamb. And she just goes screaming, bolting out of the greenhouse, running to her car. Well, think about it. I mean, here she is out in the middle of nowhere a little bit, probably cold, dark night. and you have her go look in your garbage bags filled with bloods and heads. So
I'm sorry, right. Me and my friends, we were laughing so hard. Oh man.
Cap for life, what's up, buddy? See you in the chat. Yeah, Shake is going to be keeping one eye on the Heat game. Earlier they were up, so we need the Heat to take this win quickly. Get this out of there because I don't need all that. What's up, Scott Jackson? Joe, what's going on? Batman's Pops, what's up? Fred, how's it going, Fred? Paul, I see you over there watching on Facebook, Paul. Make the journey. Jeremy also watching on Facebook, guys. Yeah, that is Prof. See the Pookie baby. That's right. Guys, make the journey over here to YouTube and hit the like button and subscribe over here on YouTube. Lou, family member, team member, show member, shows his member. What's up, Lou?
Hey, by the way, I want to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite people in chat. Scummy.
Scummy.
I'm gonna be under his mentorship.
Scummy. What's up, Scummy? Liz, also member in this thing. What's going on, Liz? Yes, last line.
Shake, if you can land Scummy in the blender, bro, you would have accomplished something no other YouTube creator has been able to do, bro.
I'll retire after that.
I've been trying to get Scummy to come up here whenever he's ready. Mm-hmm. Even if you want to do a recording and we can even blank out the face with a voice dub over Scummy. I just want live action Scummy, not just live chat Scummy. I just want live action Scummy. So we can, listen, I can set it up full on face. Can't see, voice. You can't tell who it is. But I want the interview with Scummy or to anybody. Just go to any of these. Go to Shake. I don't care. Go to Ali. Go to Color. Go to anyone on the program, please.
I just thought of a way we might be able to expedite that happening, Cap. We'll talk about it after the show.
Okay, sounds good. Carla, I see you in there, Carla. Hello. Who else up in this? I'm way behind. Scrappy, my guy. What's going on, Scrappy? I see you, Scrappy, with the logo, which I want to say, Scrappy, I've seen your logo around before.
That's Bleezy.
Huh. Look at that.
By the way, Bleezy is going to be on the blender this week. My right-hand man, by the way, Greg. What's going on, Greg?
Greg, my guy. What's up, Greg?
By the way, it's 56-50 right now. Just putting that out there.
What's up? 56-50. All right.
Miami's winning.
Ruben, hello, Fins fam. What's going on? Just want to make sure I get CCRR. Sheepheads are the quickest way into the friend zone. Lou, what up, buddy? I see Lou just screws up in his mug. What's good, dog?
What's going on, boys?
Good to see you here, my brother.
What's up, Lou?
What's going on, Color? Gentlemen.
Man. G in the chat. What up, G, my guy? G's funny as fuck. I don't give a damn. G funny as hell.
I love his
Billy,
funny.
I see you, Billy. What's good, buddy? And Corey, hello. Open the chat, boys. What's good? All right. So, all right. I'm sure you guys have seen a little bit of the stuff. Have you not?
Yeah, little bits and pieces.
Little bits and pieces, right, Lou? Color. Have you seen
little things coming out of OTAs?
That's right. I seen some little bit of whispers, stuff like that. You guys seen some of that stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
I've been posting shorts all day. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them up. I just posted one, I don't know, a few minutes before that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them up. We can get a good look. Mike McDaniel, which by all accounts heard from a little birdie down in South Florida, who I talked to on Messenger today, that impressed with Eric Ikuzama. Eric Ikuzama popping off the page over in OTAs. And not only that, but Mike McDaniel paying a little bit close attention. And then shortly later, this video comes out that I share with everybody. Here's Mike McDaniel showing a little love. So I'm gonna hold on, a little focus in there. I know it's hard because listen, guys, you need to subscribe, get the notifications, watch stuff we put up there for you guys because we're really trying to keep it interesting. Eric Ikuzama wearing 19. God, look how big he is. He's a big boy.
I think that's 18.
Was it 18? Looks like 19 to me. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. It is 18. My fault.
Skylar's 19.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, also, I'm hearing that Duke Riley, who got the orange shirt, it's his music being played out there today. He's been popping off the page, as well as the UDFA from Jackson State. Aubrey Miller was showing up and showing out there.
Did you guys see they gave him a 3-year deal, by the way?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm happy for the young man. It's up to $2.7 million he can make. I think there was a little over $200,000 in guarantees.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. But you know who didn't show up today that I heard that no one's seen a lot of was hold on and put this on pause real quick. Channing Tindall, non-existent out there today, guys. I heard that I'm hearing that, a little bit of stalling in the progress. I don't know what's going on. But Channing Tindall, I know it's just OTAs. Maybe he'll show up and show out. But, I'm wondering if he's feeling the pressure in this professional atmosphere because they re-sign Van Ginkel, and they're going to put him in as an inside linebacker. And then also they bring in, a couple of off-ball linebackers, Malik Reed. They bring in a couple of dudes, free agents. Then they get Aubrey Miller, and all these guys are showing up and showing out, and Channing Tindall is sliding further and further down the depth chart. And what I was told is that he looks a little dejected out there. He looks a little bit, maybe it's getting in his head. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with the young man. But here's some more highlights real quick. A little bit of Tua throwing around. Everybody loves the Tua. At least that's what gets all the hits on YouTube. You got some video of Tua showing up. Everyone's freaking off. Tua looking beefy too. I mean, he's always looked stout as a muh, but you can't really see in this shot, but he was standing next to the running backs.
I think he's got some of that dad bod going on from the waist down, kind of. It's got some curves around the hips. Look,
dad bod strength is for real. Okay, you throw that freaking beer belly up on him real quick, and you could get on him like a spider monkey. You know what I'm saying? Man. You really put the work on him.
If he gets the mantis like Marino, we have a good quarterback.
Is it just me or Skylar looks bigger in that?
Here we go again, man. See, this is what started it before, Sheik. Talking about the dad bods. And all I said was Marino was not in shape when he was we all think. He had man titties in his rookie.
He had the biggest man titties with the arm to go with it. I mean
that's right. Well, all his strength and fucking testosterone juices were in that fucking rocket of an arm. He could only spare so much. All the estrogen had to end up somewhere else. It came out a little poofy. Yeah. Big deal.
I don't know if it's this picture, but Skylar looks kind of bigger in this picture too.
So that was reported upon as well, that Skylar looks big. He's looking a little bigger as well. He's been putting in the weight, got some work on him. Also, Skylar kind of showing up and showing out a little too, I hear. We'll talk about that later. But just a little bit more. Just want to show a little bit of the videos. I got a bunch of media, guys, so there's so much crap we got. So, also Devon Achane showed up today too, I hear. Hold on, I think I got some more. Hold on. Oh, no, that's from the other day. All right, good.
Hey, was that a spaceship on Tua's head, or is? Oh no, never mind. That's his helmet.
Listen, I actually have a video on that new helmet design. The Vena, I can't remember what the hell it's called. Anyhow, I'm going to watch it. It's like a minute long. So they have the first gen, and from what I'm hearing, Tua's trying out the first gen, but is going to get the Gen 2 because they take a little longer to make as far as they customize. Dude, they got like tiny little customization ones that go in the back plate. So like you don't even, it holds your head and everything so snug and tight. Like the chin strap's just there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a custom fit. And you know what? I'm just going to pull a video up because it was widely talked about. Tua looks like he got a big old noggin.
That is hilarious.
Damn.
It was freaking awesome.
Is he gonna be in that commercial with that My Pillow dude in the mirror and gonna be wearing what he's wearing too? You seen that shit? Oh man. Hold on, let me see if I can find.
So I heard they had to remove like a couple doors off the entryway to the stadium to fit to his helmet.
No, what they did have to do is make sure that they were playing in open air and stuff like that. They were gonna be in the dome, but they just said we can't. We're trying out the new helmet. We need the room. So that was a fact.
Man.
See, all he's got to do is pass the football from one side of the helmet to the other, and he's in the end zone.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh,
Give me a
come on.
I mean, it was lying dead. I had to do something. It was just sitting there, bro. I had to do something. Hold on. Give me a second, boys.
It was stewing like a really bad stew.
I just had it. Oh, God, I hate it when this happens.
Dark helmet. Oh, God. Here come the Spaceball memes.
It's like we actually put the bobblehead on the field. We're the only team with an actual bobblehead on the field.
I was going to say that, Funko's probably making a ton of money because they're making real lifelike Tua figures now. The head actually is to exact shape.
Oh, well, yeah. It's anatomically correct. Well, they got to figure out the calves.
Well, since they got to make the head. They got to make the head a little bit bigger than the rest of the bobbleheads. They're having a hard time getting the spring torsion right that will hold the head up right.
Keeps knocking it out. Is that what you're saying? They keep going unconscious. Color?
Yeah, it keeps slumping over. Yeah, it keeps slumping over. So they got to keep adjusting the spring tension.
Damn, bro.
Jesus Christ.
my Tua bobblehead's unconscious again. Son of a bitch. God damn it.
Oh, God, we're bad. We're going to hell.
At least my friends will be there. At least all my friends will be there.
Right.
All right, so here's the helmet. No, listen, this is not a joke. It's not. It's actually
no.
Video.
I'm reading the Spaceball memes in chat. Sorry, I apologize.
Oh yeah. All right. No, for reals though.
You've lost all credibility on this one, Capitan. We know it's a joke coming, man.
No, it's not. I swear to God, it's a video explaining the Gen 2 that I expect him to be wearing here soon. Shut the fuck up, Color. I should have loaded a joke. Now I feel like I'm leaving everybody hanging. Yeah, I do. I should have loaded up a joke. What was I thinking? Over here trying to be cool and smart. Anyhow, I really wonder. I mean, listen, guys. Concussions, we know, has been a bad business for the NFL. There's lawsuits. There's, parents that don't want their kids to play football, which grow the fuck up. All right. They're not, it ain't a grown man running into your kid. It's another kid in another helmet. Get over yourself. That's the reality in football that they don't tell you. They're like, yeah, it's like car crashes. They're like, yeah, but that 9-year-old running into that 9-year-old ain't a fucking car crash. Okay. He's not 225 pounds. Anyhow, my fault. I'm getting on a tangent here. But, they need to do something about this, which in Tua going to be rolling out the Gen 2 of this, the Gen 2 of this helmet. First of all, is this guy got a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, boys? You got a little bit of something. He got some stock in these helmets. Think about that. If Tua had his family buy stock in these helmets, had a concussions, wears this helmet, never has another concussion ever again, stock price is going through the roof. The NFL buys a whole fucking contract for the next 20 years of technology going with the helmets and making them better and stronger.
And if it could do the job that they needed to do, they would call it the final edition. Why are they calling it Gen 2? Because there's going to be Gen 3 and Gen 4 and Gen 10.
Exactly. It's the iPhone of helmets. But here's the video. Here we go.
Introducing the 02, the next level in helmet design from Vices.
Check this bitch out, though, for real.
01, the 02 builds on our proven multi-layered design with new advancements in our proprietary reflex technology, an enhanced fit system, and an overall lighter weight. All under a reimagined shell that still deforms and feels like no.
Bye-bye, Rydell. You know what I'm saying? You see that Rydell high fucking helmet? They gone now.
What?
Look at this bitch, though. It'd be like flexing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going to happen when one of these things malfunction and shatters?
Well, that's what transfers the energy, bro. They'd rather have that shatter than the skull.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, what's going to happen when one of these things shatter and come out with a jagged edge and fucking cut somebody's aorta or some shit? You know what I'm saying?
Well, but you know what? If you notice the cars nowadays, if they get into a minor accident, the car looks like it's in worse shape than what it is, but because it's designed to be that way. So the car gets most of the impact, so the passenger doesn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's
so funny you say this, Shake, because they showed on another one of these videos when I was doing some research on this stuff. That's what they were talking about. They were like, automobiles from now into what they were, light years ahead in the weight and impact and all that stuff. He goes, and helmets in football are behind 40 years. Yeah, there's been a lot the last 5, 10, 15 years or whatever. They've been trying to do stuff, but they're still freaking 40 years behind making this technology better. So let's continue to watch. It's only a minute or so.
Engineered to improve performance and save weight, Reflex 2.0 still employs proven buckling columns, but is formed into an array of separate units with columns connected by thin, flexible walls. The new standard for personalized comfort and security.
So the Gen 1, you see how those columns were like that right there? The Gen 1, there were a lot more of them, and they were smaller, and they would like twist and contort. They've changed it now. It was almost like an octagon or something like that. These are now squares. So they're already messing around with it a little bit more.
The new standard for personalized comfort and secure fit. Dual layer Vices Delta pods come in multiple thicknesses and install at 6 locations. No need for air bladders, but virtually unlimited customization. Adding yet another level of fit fidelity, we created form liners, these custom contoured pads installed behind Delta pods.
Man, I don't know what it is, but this guy whispering all this information really makes me trust him all the more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all in the voice, bro. It's like,
it really is.
Look at that. Look at the curvature on that pad.
Yeah.
That pad there looks like the flux capacitor.
Lewis, I'm like, man, maybe we need to get a fundraiser and buy your kid one of these fucking helmets, right, buddy?
Right.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know, man. This thing looks like it does all kind of shit. In South Florida, when it rains, Tua might get electrocuted in this shit.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that, bro. Does this bitch hook up to your Bluetooth on your cell phone, too?
I'm telling you, dude.
With the latest in Bluetooth technology built into the helmet, no longer will you have communication problems with the head coach 15 seconds before the snap.
And when he has the visor on, he has the visor on, he has HUD, a HUD that pops up, and he can check text messages and find out what the
with the latest augmented reality heads-up display. All Microsoft technology.
Color, bro. We are not utilizing Color's voice properly in this fucking parts. We really need to get with the program here, boys. We really do, Color. Color should be making a fuck ton of money. God damn it. We should have 10 million subscribers with this shit right now. Hold on. Let's get.
Adding yet another level of fit fidelity, we created form liners. These custom contoured pads.
All right, Color. All right, here we go, Color. Here's your trial. We're gonna start this over again. I want to hear you do this part. All right.
Color, this thing's so advanced. It's calling the audibles for Tua. Tua no longer has to call audibles. It does it for him.
Damn. It's literally it's got a display on the screen using seaweed technology. Bioluminescence from seaweed in the screen shows you the best route concepts to take per play in a moment's notice.
With built-in augmented reality heads-up display, it takes the arm wrist to the helmet.
Adding yet another level of fit fidelity, we created form liners. These custom contoured pads installed behind Delta pods to augment fit.
All right, Color.
I forgot what he said.
and with the Bluetooth technology, he could call his wife to see if he needs milk on the way home.
Dynamics.
Yep. You know what? You don't even need to call your wife because your helmet's gonna Bluetooth sync to your fucking smart refrigerator, and you could look right inside that bitch right now.
Color, is it me or that little thing at the bottom of this pad looks like a USB 3 port?
It does.
I think this part of it kind of looks like a tampon commercial. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
built-in USB 3 compatibility. Note you can charge your air bladders, which are not even required anymore.
Pops. It's funny.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Scott Jackson is fucking hilarious though. Automatic dumb down technology.
Damn. Oh my god, I think that won for tonight.
Contoured pads installed behind Delta pods to augment fit dynamics. Innovation for a fit that grips. And finally, we've enhanced our player favorite field of view by optimizing both horizontal and vertical sightlines.
Go ahead, Color.
For optimizing horizontal and vertical sightlines.
For maximum situational awareness.
Oh no, come on.
Devices.
For maximum situational awareness.
Maintaining your maximum purview of your eye light sign, and now you can get up in this mud and catch anything you want.
This helmet will single-handedly get you your contract extension you've been desiring.
This helmet brings next-gen
elevated
stats,
performance
next-gen
and protection. Forever forward.
All right.
Oh my god.
So now that everybody knows, you're welcome, everybody.
That's what's up.
You're welcome. So again,
I mean, I'm no engineer, but I feel smarter now.
I feel like
you just watched You just watched the trailer of fucking Terminator 4.
It's exactly right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what have made this better? Morgan Freeman's voice.
Ooh, I don't know.
Like a Twinkie.
No, the reason I think that because remember,
Andy Dufresne was a special kind of character. Like him or not, he either got to living or got to dying. Like a Twinkie. Like a Twinkie.
Yo, that is hilarious.
When I was a little boy walking home from seminary school, I looked down at a pond and saw a tadpole. And I thought, does that tadpole know I'm here?
Color, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you guys remember this person. If you grew up in the 80s, you know who he is. Color sounds like Ernest. Does he not?
I loved Ernest.
He does sound like Ernest.
What you trying to say, Vern? What you trying to say, Vern?
I swear to God, you sound like you're related to him, dude. That is awesome if you are, but Holy shit, you do his voice perfect.
Well, it wouldn't be awesome if I was, because if I was related to him, he'd owe me some money now, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and he would certainly. Look, Raph says that Color, you need to do a voiceover to help too. I think. All right, brainstorm here, fellas. I think it is time to put like montage documentary style stuff, and we'll put together like, information, try to make a script and have Color read them.
I'd like to see that movie. Ernest Goes to OTAs.
Now that there, Scott Jackson's got a really great idea right there.
Could you imagine?
Yes, I can. All the images are flashing in my head right now. The sled machine, him on the fucking golf cart. He runs over QB1. He runs over QB1. Now he's got to start the game.
Oh, sorry, Bird.
All I know is Tua, after putting on the helmet, took it off. Right after he took it off, he says, "I know Kung Fu."
Oh man, guys, hit the like button. I mean, what the hell? Holy shit, boys!
You either get to clicking or get to disliking. Whatever you want to do, just hit the like button.
This show is off the fucking rails.
Hey, listen. If everybody starts donating to the channel, we will get Color to dress up like Ernest's grandmother with that voice.
Like this with the glasses over.
Yeah,
I know
the big glasses.
Yeah, the big
one.
And his chin was down like that when he would talk. Oh yeah, I'd like that. Oh man,
God.
Fuck. You either get to clicking, get to donating, or get the fuck on. That's what you need right there.
To a Leroy.
Man, bro.
Ernest Leroy.
Oh, man.
You know what? I think I've got the idea, guys. Let's take like some shots of Tua in like plain clothes and then find some jiu-jitsu videos. And then Color can like make like a documentary of Tua, not a quarterback, but becoming like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu champion, like black belt or something like that. It won't be him in the videos, but we can make that work. Obviously, I think we can do this. What do you think?
Oh man, all I know is it's going to be the fourth quarter.
Years.
It's going to be it's 29 seconds to the third quarter, and the Heat are down 88-77.
Wow, that's not good.
Nope.
There goes the sweep.
Shut up, Ali. No,
hey,
we need them to sweep.
Listen, we're in Miami. We're gentlemen. We'll do the gentleman sweep.
No, we're not. We need to do the full sweep because Denver's going to be sitting on their ass.
Right. I forgot about your bet. Sorry, my bad.
I need Denver to get out of this muh.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, back to OTAs. Fuck, man, we got off the rails there with the helmet shit.
Mm-hmm.
There was some observations coming out again. Mike White, unimpressive. Skylar Thompson, packing heat. The only interception thrown all day was thrown by Mike White. He just kind of lofted it out there. He just kind of sissy armed it, had no heat on it. Javon Holland with the interception. While Mike White and limited, listen, it's OTAs, guys, but Mike White not looking like Skylar Thompson out there. If the battle was decided today, Skylar Thompson would be the winner. And here we were yesterday, Color, having a full conversation about it. It was 48%. Because there was it was like 51 and change. But so it was 48% for Skylar Thompson. Skylar, he's not handling it like Channing Tindall, who seems to be kind of going into his shell a little bit of fish out of water. I'm also hearing that Fangio is exactly what we expected out of Fangio. He is an old school, hard ass, demanding coach. And I need that in my defense. I like that type of coaching personally. I like a coach who kind of, it's kind of like a drill sergeant in a way. And I know, don't say that. The big bad, fucking Flores might come back and get us. Everybody was so scared of Flores' coaching tactics. But maybe offensively, you need, someone to hold your hand and pat you on the butt and kiss your forehead and tell you it's all right. But defensively, you want them to have the muscle memory from hard practice down and then rage. Okay, that's it. Full freaking 10 million RPMs rage. That's what you need. So sounds like we're getting some of that. Defense also showed out today, guys. You guys hear anything about that?
Yeah, man. I heard Javon Holland picked off Mike White when he threw a duck pass.
Yep.
What else did I hear? I heard Riley look good still.
Duke Riley's flying around out there. Yep.
Yeah, I heard some interesting things about the offensive line too, so that was interesting.
Well, I heard the offensive line got pushed around a little bit, but Connor Williams wasn't there, and friggin' Teron Armstead wasn't there either. So two of your top guys.
Yeah, I heard Wynn has been played not just where we thought he'd be played at right tackle, but he's been playing a few different positions.
Really,
they kind of moved him around. Yeah, that's what McDaniel said in the press conference.
Yeah, I think he would be better served as a left guard. Personally, he played it in college. He played better at left tackle than he did at right tackle before going down with injury. He did have a good stretch there at right tackle, but I think he'd be better served as a left guard. Think about it. When you're trying to put the best five on the field, him being.
But what's more important? Let me ask you this: what is more important to Tua, the right tackle or the left guard? Because you think about it, the left guard, even if you don't have Wynn as the left guard, you still have Connor Williams and Armstead there to kind of help out whoever they put there.
Well, got Dan
whereas
Feeney
the right
as well.
tackle is like there's nobody. It's like they're walking right through a missing wall essentially and just ran right towards the quarterback.
Well, I want to say left is because here, two reasons. Number one of the reasons why they didn't bring Brandon Shell back was because they wanted to make him a swing tackle. He did great on the right side, but he stunk in the left side. So he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Tua rolls out to his left a lot. So at the end of the day, you're going to need more protection on that left because that's where the bread and butter of the defense is. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you don't have too many good, too many dynamic pass rushers on the right side. So the left is definitely a side that you need to address.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see Wynn at the left guard as well. And some of the pictures that recently surfaced about Austin Jackson, kid looks like he's in great shape, man. Looking what he looked like this season,
yeah.
And looking, I'm not ready to give up on Austin Jackson yet. Not quite yet. Give me.
Did you see those arms he's put on?
Bro,
he's got some arms. Damn.
He looks big.
Like he transformed. Yeah, he
looks
like
big.
He got a hold of the muscle milk. That's what he did.
He looked like he took care of his body. He looked like he worked out tremendously this offseason. I'm not giving up on him just
He
yet.
looks like, you know what he looks like to me? He looks like a first-round pick that didn't get his fifth-year option that wants to remain a high-paid player. And this is it. Because listen, some team, if he doesn't get re-signed with the Dolphins per se, some team will pick him up. But no matter what, he's going to have to show up, show out, and prove what he is to either us or someone else out there. This is a make or break year for a young man like him. Yeah, he'll get signed to another team. He'll make money. But if he wants generational wealth in his life, this is the year he could potentially solidify that. Now, maybe the Dolphins decide to franchise tag him, which still, that's a shit ton of money too. I mean, what's a franchise tag on a well, if he's right tackle, it would be done at the right tackle position. It's got to be, 17, 18 million at least.
I'd have to look. He also, Austin Jackson also got reconstructive surgery on his ankle. Because remember, he had those two ankle injuries in the same season, the same ankle. Yep. So he got it done. So supposedly his ankle is going to be stronger, so that shouldn't happen as easily as it did last season.
And by the way, nobody's comparing Flores' track record to Fangio's. We're just saying they have the same hard-nosed defense. Fangio is up there with Bill Belichick. Flores is still yet to reach that level yet. He's trending that way, but he's no Fangio. I could agree with that.
People are gonna hear what they want to hear, Shake. But I know some things that I caught my eye coming out of training camp today or OTAs. Supposedly, Jaylen Phillips 2 sacks, Emmanuel Ogbah a sack, and Raekwon Davis with a sighting, also a sack.
Yep.
What's funny to me though, Cap, is where was our $20 million guy Christian Wilkins at? Where was his sack coming from? Where was he at today?
Again,
interviews?
He didn't really have that. He didn't, and I'm wondering too, is Christian Wilkins going to take to the? Well, here's the thing: who's going to be the vocal leader on defense? It's got to be Christian Wilkins if he wants that money. He's got to figure out a way to really, step up. You know who also had some would-be sacks today was Malik Reed, Aubrey Miller, the undrafted guy that we signed, and Cameron Good out there with a would-be sack.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you this though, Lewis: does Christian Wilkins really need to show up in the OTAs? I mean,
well, I just brought it out more so for the haters, Ali, because again, everybody's been in their feelings about Christian Wilkins. Pay the man; he deserves it. He's this, he's that. Well, everybody told me Raekwon Davis was trash. Again, his first day OTA, but he showed up. Cap just rolled off the list of guys. We didn't hear nothing about Christian Wilkins. Again, I'm just thinking, why is this guy still on our football team?
You know what else?
I don't understand it.
You know what else too? Raekwon Davis is in that same boat as AJ. They both. This is the year.
1,000%.
They need to make that money. And Raekwon Davis, he hasn't made the money Austin Jackson has made. I mean, he's made good money, I'm sure, but not the Austin Jackson money. It wasn't no first round in the top 50. When was Austin Jackson? 16, 15, 16? Anyhow, there's a lot of damn money he's made. Raekwon Davis knows that they're either going to be paying Christian Wilkins or they're going to maybe be paying him and somebody else to stay around his month. Shout out to William Perry. Appreciate the $5 donee. There's been a ton of talk in the internet about Aubrey Miller. Listen, Ali, guys, who was singing the Aubrey Miller sneaky sign-in that the Dolphins need to pick up?
We were all there. We were there on Broken
me too.
Lakes. And we all said.
As a matter of fact, in our mock draft, we drafted him. Yeah, you drafted him, El Capitan, in the mock draft.
I did. I'm telling you. Damn, Ali kind of froze up there. Aubrey Miller.
He's that excited about it. So
he is. Look how smiling and happy he is. Yeah. Look, he's frozen, so we're gonna go ahead and just troll him just a little bit. He is so happy about that Aubrey Miller. Look at that.
Oh man.
Sorry, Ali.
Going back to Tyndall real quick, Kat, that because I wanted to say it earlier. Another thing that we heard about, I think it was like 2 days ago, AVG taking snaps in the middle as well. And again, remember, Fangio supposedly, and the rumor is going around that Fangio made the call to AVG himself, telling AGV, don't leave. I got plans for you and stuff. Could we see AVG more in the middle this season? Okay. I know I've been calling for it.
Bro, we've been calling for that for a minute, dude. I never understood why they wouldn't take this scrappy fighter who has, dude, he's not a little guy. He's a big dude, but he's not like a bulky guy. So he remains to have that lateral quickness. Do I want him jumping up and chasing guys all over the field in the passing game? No, but I have full confidence that in a zone, he's going to hold it down in front of him. A running back, a tight end, maybe a slot wide receiver who makes the mistake to try to catch one in front of him. Because to me, I've said it a million times, guys. You've heard me say this. Give me a full team, 53 guys, that are like Andrew Van Ginkel, and I'm winning Super Bowls. I'm winning Super Bowls, bro.
That's a good question. Anybody here,
Tyreek Hill did not play today.
No, he wasn't there today.
He wasn't there today. And that's, you know what? I'm not opposed to guys like Tyreek Hill and Teron Armstead not doing stuff. They don't need to prove anything to me. They don't. These guys don't need to prove stuff to us or to this team. What I need is these other guys to learn their positions and start proving stuff. And unfortunately, I need Tua out there, not for nothing, not to prove anything, but to go out there and get the reps with the guys to get the other guys work, the receivers. You know what I'm saying? I need them. I have
do you think Chosen will be chosen, pun intended?
Yeah, I think Chosen's on this football team.
Yeah, supposedly he did good work.
They got him at number 3, bro. The number 3 receiver on this team.
Yeah, supposedly he did he put in some good work today. But just another thing on AVG, I would love to hear y'all's thoughts real quick. I forgot where I heard it from. But somebody in the mainstream media was saying, and the comp they gave for AVG in the middle would be like a guy like AJ Hawk. Hair flying around. I could have been this guy at the line, just causing havoc, jumping over offensive linemen and stuff. Is that a good comp? Do you see AVG like an AJ Hawk type in the middle cap?
I see him a little bit better downfield than Hawk. Hawk was better inside that, in between the tackles, blowing stuff up. I think AVG can make the tackles. I don't know if he's blowing people up. I think Aubrey Miller will be blowing people up. I think AVG can get the job done. Just a little bit bigger, but I think as far as comp, I think he's all as talented and effective in the middle as Jerome Baker has been, with a little bit surer tackling. I'm
gonna one up that. In my opinion, I think he has the smartness, or what's the word I'm looking for? The IQ, and I think he can put the work in the gym that. He could be possibly a comp for him would be Matthews, maybe.
Yeah, Clay Matthews. I see Cap for Life put that in the chat. I agree.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that. That's what I was thinking, actually.
I could. I mean, it's easy to take white boy blonde hair, stringing around, and we can make all the comps. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit easy of a thread to tie together. Here's what Andrew Van Ginkel had to say about
I didn't see it. Sorry, Cap.
About learning the new position. He said, and I quote, "I'm embracing the role and trying to learn different positions to give myself an opportunity to be on the field and be productive. It's different. It's a different game inside. I'm trying to learn the role and what it takes. It's a process, not something that's going to happen overnight. It's always kind of been an option as far as playing inside linebacker. Teams have always looked to him and asked, can you play inside or outside? And I want to be able to learn both. It gives me an opportunity to play." So some of his stuff. And this is what Vic Fangio told Andrew Van Ginkel, quoted, okay? That Andrew Van Ginkel said this is what Fangio told him. He says, that I fit well in his defense, and he's got a good defense, and everything he does has a purpose in it, and that he can use me schematically, and he's going to use me to Andrew Van Ginkel's advantage and put him in position to make plays. That's what I'm talking about. When I look at a guy like Andrew Van Ginkel, body type, how they were using him, he did so good in such limited action when his number was called. Specifically, and Color continues to point out what his job against the Ravens, maintaining the edge against Lamar Jackson. But I've always envisioned, and Lou, we've talked about it, Ali, all of us, about him doing that type of schematic as an off-ball linebacker, as an inside linebacker, fitting the gaps. Just, I want to see him sit back there as, the middle linebacker or the Sam linebacker and just hold down his zone. And when they least expect it, he's coming blitzing right up in the A gap. That's what I want to see. Just him blitzing right there. Because Andrew Van Ginkel, his short line speed is so good. If he comes blitzing and he goes untouched, that quarterback's getting hammered, bro. So I like it. I'm happy about it. I'm much happy that he's on this football team and getting the work and going to do what he's doing, because I know Minnesota was trying to get him. Flores wanted him back. So I'm happy about that.
Well, I agree. I listen, I love AVG. I think he's just a fundamentally sound, good football player. He doesn't rarely make mistakes, to your point, Cap. He's always in the right position. I just think that, under Boyer last year, we didn't see none of our players really, thrive. And under
there was a lot of reactionary defense from Boyer.
Right. And I just think that with Vic Fangio, if these guys can pick it up, to your point earlier, Cap, if I had 53 players like AVG, we would be hoisting the Super Bowl. He's just one of those guys that, bro, he's a football player.
He's a football player.
He's an AVG. That's what I think of a football player.
If you wanted him to play tight end, he'd be working his ass off to be the best damn tight end out there. You wanted him to be running back, he would lose weight. He would build leaner muscle. He would work on his speed and agility. He would get a damn decent running back out of him. If you wanted him to play quarterback, he'd be figuring out a way to get the quick release down. Those are the type of guys that you can just tell when he's at home and the family's asleep, because he's got a young kid and he's got a wife and all that stuff, and then they're South Florida and everything, but he's the type of dude that's pulling out his laptop and going through film. I can just see it. I know the type, man. Guys like that, they're grinders. They work hard, and I respect the shit out of motherfuckers like that, bro. That's really what I'm getting at. I love a guy like that.
Yeah, man. And I like to see I could see Jerome Baker in his natural position as outside instead of middle linebacker.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think you need – I respect Jerome Baker enough for what he's brought to the team.
He's a better will. He's a better will linebacker.
But yes, I think his true position is the outside linebacker position, and they need to kind of leave him on that side. Go ahead.
So it's weird. We say outside linebacker, but how they're used a lot is at the line here. When we're talking outside linebacker in Jerome Baker's case, we're talking about the off-ball linebacker on the weak side. That's what we mean by him. We want him as the off-ball linebacker on the weak side, maintaining that zone. And if no one's there, say, if the tight end comes from across the field and now he's on the strong side, he can pick him up. If not, he can play sit inside, take the edge to seal off if a run's coming back this way, if any passes come in his zone, or have full reign to come up and blitz. And that same type of positioning that I want from Jerome Baker is what I want to see out of AVG as well. That's what I want to see.
And by the way, speaking of Zach Thomas, they're both 5th round draft picks. Just putting that out there.
Ooh. Not really. They're both linebackers, but Zach Thomas, completely different style of linebacker than him. But yes. Some other things that were said, yeah, and you mentioned the Raekwon Davis, boom. Again, I just want to touch base. Aubrey Miller coming out of Jackson State. He's only 5'11", but he's 230 pounds. But by all accounts, he looks yoked. He's a monster, bro. He's huge. Now, I want you to think about it like this. He's 5'11". Jerome Baker's 6'2", 225. He's a little leaner and stuff like that, has that whatever going on. Mm-hmm. He's Aubrey Miller's 5'11", 230. He's 5 pounds heavier and 3 inches shorter. He's a fucking bulldog out there, boys. I don't want him. And that's why Aubrey Miller, to me, is the reason why Channing Tindall is kind of slumping his shoulders a little bit right now. He's looking at this guy and thinking, damn, this dude is going to take my fucking job. And you know what? If in OTAs you're starting to think that way about a guy that just got here, adios, muchacho.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Maybe
Adios, muchacho.
Maybe Tyndall needs to get a hold of Jaylen Phillips's guy that he talked to with his confidence issues. Because based on what you're telling me, it sounds more like confidence issues than anything else.
I think Tyndall is having a lot of hard time adjusting, as far as adjusting to the new team, now a new defensive coordinator. Just what they want from him and the snap count and stuff. I don't know. To me, Tyndall, it was the right pick that we needed. I just don't think it's the right guy that we want. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe Tyndall, picks it up and figures it out. But to me, he looks confused out there, and I'm wondering now that Fangio's coming in, because Fangio's defense is going to allow you to do things, but there's going to be stuff dialed up. So early down in distances, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 8, they're going to dial stuff up to try to force you into a 3rd and long, because the system is designed for you to try to push the ball down the field. That's what they want. Ideally, this team is built with a great yin and yang right now, boys. Mm-hmm. It really is. Mm-hmm. This team has a high-powered offense that hopefully we can score quick, drive down the field quick, pop off a score, and then force you into a dogfight against our defense. Because that's what happens in the AFC, guys. At some point in the game, against the biggest opponents, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills, even, their offenses are prepared to drive the length of the field under 2 minutes and no timeouts. And this defense is predicated on, now you're playing right to where we want you to. Mm-hmm. And, that, along with clamping down in the red zone and being tricky, there's a lot of bait and switch in this defense. And as it's been whispered about and now a little bit reported about, and you guys probably heard this from Mike McDaniel, I was really high on this team bringing back Nick Needham. I talked about it all offseason before, or even before the season ended. I'm like, we need to bring him back. He needs to play safety and be that pseudo safety linebacker role, that money backer that can be used, where he's sitting up there as the second safety or the roaming nickel safety, but he's actually going to come and sit over as another linebacker when the ball is snapped. That's been hinted at, that it's something they didn't want to come out, but Mike McDaniel had to address it in his presser, which we're going to pull up here in a second. But yeah, I'm excited about this defense. So I want to see what happens. And yeah, again, Tyndall looking a little invisible out there. Mm-hmm. So another thing that was talked about amongst all beat writers, inside sources, some of the people I spoke to, the rookie running back is the real deal, guys. This kid is the real deal. He's got hands. He caught a nice 25-yard, nice pass from Tua. They got a little bit of a connection. He's got the speed. We really, with the Bijan Robinsons and everyone looking at Jahmyr Gibbs and, a mixed bag of nuts with the rest of the running backs, Achane could be a super big steal for us where we pick this guy. I'm really getting stoked about this. I've watched a lot of his game, but that running back out of the backfield that could catch the passes, man, guys, I am stoked on this guy. I don't know. What do you guys think about Achane, Devon?
You go first, Shake.
Devon Achane. I don't know. I gotta see him in camp first. To be
Well,
honest with you.
let me say this, Shake, and now read into this what you will, chat people, Shake Money, as I ask you. Reggie Bush ran his 40 time in 4.33. Devon Achane ran his in 4.32. Just so you know.
Yeah, but
we haven't had to me, when I look at the comparable play of Devon Achane, now he's young, but what role in this West Coast that Mike McDaniel's going to want to use him as? A role that they value a lot in this West Coast system, so much so that last year the Niners went and traded for a high-profile running back to fit that position in Christian McCaffrey.
Well, John Ross. That's all I got to say.
All right. What
John
about
Ross,
you, Lou?
You know what I mean? He had the fastest 40 time ever and didn't amount to nothing. So at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, he has all the comparables, but until you see it on the field, how he reacts to tackles and playing with the big boys, that's just how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I listen. If you're going to reserve excitement, I'm not gonna tell you not to, buddy. I agree with you there. I've seen too many things. I was high on completely. I was kind of high on Tyndall. Now he kind of is on my shit list.
I'm high on this kid. I know he's very talented. I know he's very fast, and there's a lot of different things you could use him in this offense. Not just in one position either. This guy can play wide receiver also.
That's right.
The thing for me is that, is it me, or is Greer and company already planning for the future?
Oh no, they're planning.
Let me tell you why. He's the exact mold of Tyreek Hill when Tyreek Hill was drafted. Short guy, like 5'10", 185 pounds. Tyreek Hill was like 5'10", 185 pounds when he got drafted. You know what I mean? Super fast. The guy's a running back, converts to receiver. I could see this happening all over again in the right situation. So not only do they have a weapon that they could use all over the field, but I think they have a guy that they could really, hunker down on and say, hey, we can rely on you when the guy that's in front of you, when his time comes to an end. You know what I mean? They have the replacement already in house. That's just how I see it.
What about you, Lou?
Yeah, I can see Shake Money's argument. I see Ali where he's going. I'm kind of with you, Cap. I'm excited about this kid. I think watching some of the film from him in college, what impressed me the most was his balance. He never seemed like he was off balance. Even that's why he can bounce off so many would-be tacklers. It was just he runs with power.
His feet stay underneath him really nicely, bro.
Yeah, and that's actually a good point, Lewis. How many times did we see Mostert get to the very last guy and just couldn't get past him? Every time we thought he was going to break a big one, but that one last guy would get him. I think this guy would actually get past that last guy. Even if he gets touched, I think with his balance, he's going to still take off for so many yards.
Absolutely. I just think this kid, again, if you use him right and the scheme is right, with the dynamic weapons you got with Waddle and Tyreek Hill stretching the field, getting defenders 15, 20 yards, let's say, away from the ball. You get this kid anywhere matched up against a linebacker, anywhere in space, and those 5-6 yard dump offs that we're been used to seeing, they could turn into 15 to 20 yard gains with this kid, maybe even more. So I'm with Cap. I think this kid could be the real deal. Now, I'm not going to say he is, or for me, though, I think that Dalvin Cook scenario is already out the window, though. I feel very comfortable with the running back room now.
To me, by just after midpoint of the season, Devon Achane solidifies himself as RB1 of this football team.
I agree.
That's what I think. I think Devon Achane by week 10 is lining up and starting for the Dolphins at running back. That's what I see. Other than if an injury is accrued or something like that. But what's up, Color?
Oh, not much. I just got connected over to home Wi-Fi.
Oh, word up. Yeah, we're talking about Devon Achane, and he was a guy that showed up and showed out at practice today. I let Shake know that Reggie Bush ran a 4.33 40-yard dash coming into the NFL, and Devon Achane ran a 4.32. And he had some passes today. He caught a teardrop from Tua at 25 yards. He's in college on tape. He was showing that he can pull away from the guys that were close to him and didn't look like he was, given, he was running his all, but he just had that speed. He's just getting away from guys. Lou made another great point when you watch the tape on Devon Achane, his balance in traffic, taking hits, his feet stay underneath him.
Sounds like you're talking about Thurman Thomas, man.
Well, Thurman Thomas had a little bit more wider body and stuff like that. I think he's a little bit more.
Was it a wider body or was it just optical because the pads were wider back then?
Maybe. Plus his stride too, but I don't know. He just looks shifty to me, Devon Achane. He looks
I
super
see in
shifty.
The chat someone's complaining that he can't block. Listen, we don't draft a kid this fast for him to block. You draft this kid to be able to get the ball and put it in the fucking end zone. That's what you do.
And also a weapon. To me, I don't look at a lot of things. Well, I've always kind of looked at what is your use to me? What can I take from your virtues and accentuate your talents in service to the football team? You know what I'm saying? What can you do? So and
exactly,
how can I use that to my ability?
Might be a great vehicle, but I have no use for a Jeep on a NASCAR track.
Yeah, I'm not looking to take the Jeep, CJ5 on a road trip. You know what I'm saying? But I am looking to take that bitch on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Or in the mud hole. So what can Devon Achane do with his pass catching abilities? You get out here and you catch them in a certain type of personnel, and you got like an offset eye, and you've got, no tight end on the field. You got 3 wide receivers, and you bring him out, stretch him out to wide as the 4th wide receiver. Now you're going to tell a personnel that was lined up at the start of the snap for what had 2 running backs. Okay. No tight end, because the tight end is taken up by our fullback at this point. And now you're going to say you got to cover Waddle, Chosen, and Tyreek Hill. And now I'm going to take the young fast guy with the young legs and stretch him out there too. You got to cover him as well. I mean, damn, dude, that's going to be hard. And it's going to be exhausting to have to run all day with these guys. I'm going to like it.
Yep.
Damn, so the Heat lost?
Yep. Hey, by the way, I have a more important question.
It's Celtics in 7.
Shut up. Oh my God, the guy from fucking the dude that Barstool Sports, that son of a bitch ain't gonna shut up now. He ain't gonna shut the fuck up now. Damn it, bro. Ugh.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's just another day for Denver to sit there and get stale,
Hey, by the way, no, I have the most pertinent question. Who tomorrow is going to get the orange jersey?
Ooh, great question.
Eric is a comma.
Probably. I was going to say the man we were just talking about, but
Devon Achane?
Yeah, but if there's a gleam in McDaniel's eye for Easy from today, then he'll probably get it, because they've been looking to pump out some good news about the kid.
I'm going to go with Chosen. I'm going to go off ball and say Chosen gets the orange jersey.
So I'm gonna say it is going to be offense, though, because it was Waddle, then Riley. Now it's got to go to offense again.
The only other would be Holland with the pick on Mike White.
Eichenberg.
Oh,
nice.
I just think it's going to be Chosen because I heard a lot about him in the media.
I was going to say Aubrey Miller too. I was gonna say, but I don't think they're gonna give it to a young guy. I think they're gonna give it to a veteran, who showed up. And Scott Jackson, that's who I'm taking. Austin Jackson's wearing it. That's who I'm saying is wearing the jersey tomorrow, guys. Orange jersey, Austin Jackson.
Well, listen, Mike McDaniel is a master of psychology. I think what this orange jersey is doing is I think he's trying to boost confidence in certain players. And I think last year he gave some of the orange jerseys, not because they deserved it, but because I think he wanted to give their confidence a little boost. So I think he might give it to somebody like Izukama because he might want to boost his confidence this year. And
Shake. That's what I was meaning. Like there's been a drought of good news on Easy E for the last few months. So they probably want to end that drought.
That drought has been ended though, Color. As of today, Eric Ikuzama was the one who showed up and showed out.
Well, that's true.
There was a lot of good praises being sung about
Likewise,
him
the very reason he'd get the orange jersey.
Truth. We got Jim sliding in here representing the Jets.
Yeah, it wasn't that they were going to make up anything. It's that they're going to take the first opportunity where he did shell out to say, "Oh, remember him?" You know what I mean? He's got the orange jersey now.
Today too, by the way.
Hey, how's that calf? Yeah, how's that calf doing on Aaron Rodgers today? How's that? Is it okay?
And how's
Louis? A little strained calf, huh?
How's his number 2 receiver Lazard doing? I heard he got injured today too.
That big free agent signing pickup is already getting. I mean, listen.
Did you see the meme with him in the wheelchair going to the corner of the end zone?
I have it. I have the meme, Color. Are you kidding me? I've got it. You know who made that? It was Christolakis made that. Made that.
Shout out to Christolakis. He's kind of been a ghost the past few months.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to share it right here. We have a snapshot highlight of Aaron Rodgers at OTAs. There he is right there. Look at him go.
Oh, man.
He's looking, he at least looks excited. He looks excited to be there. I love the denim too. The denim looks good on him. Looks real.
He looks like he was drinking some ayahuasca.
Well, they're being real generous with the color of his hair. I'll tell you
that. Well, he probably colored it a little bit. A little color for the color. So. Jeez.
Hey, Louis, you may have, he ain't on that TB12 diet. You might have been right, man. His body might just start one by one giving out on him, and then all of a sudden that will I was talking about goes right out the window.
Don't worry, Color. Listen, once Skylar Thompson keeps proving everybody wrong, we'll send him back Mike White. We'll send Mike White.
Yeah. For a 6th round pick.
Yeah, we got to trade for him.
And I heard today, when they put him on the practice squad, we're going to poach his ass. So.
Yes, he was the worst QB on the field today. Mike White was ugly.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude, I'm seeing everybody dripping into the chat. Shout out to everybody who I haven't said what's up yet. Little HP, William Perry in here. ABAB slid in this Irving, Crypto, family member in here. What's up, Crypto? And who else would Pete. Pete just slid up in this too. What's up, Pete?
Pete, I got you, Pete. You already know I got you.
Yeah, so good for Skylar Thompson. Listen, he knows what time it was. He knows the Dolphins signed a guy to take his job. He said, I don't think so. I'm a playoff playing quarterback. Skylar Thompson is the better of the two. He has more experience. He has playoff experience. Where's Mike White's playoff experience? He ain't getting none in New York. That's for damn sure. Jets suck.
Mm-hmm. The Jets do suck.
The airplane, the paper planes.
Well, you know what? You got to that's why people got to be careful in underestimating a playoff game like that, because it's not as if, look, I know that playoff games are different. They are majorly different in several different ways. Speed, intensity, all of it, pressure, you name it. But in all reality, the players can only perform at their peak performance, and that peak performance is not actually any better or faster than it is any other game that they care to play in. So what I think a guy like Skyler, and I'm not going to speak for his own mind, I'm going to say anybody in that situation, they play that playoff game, they're like, damn, we lost by 3. There's plenty of shit I could have done differently. Even though this or that happened, I still could have taken over and won this game, this and that. But you know what I realized? There really isn't much. It's still football. Like, holy crap, there's no reason to be all freaking feeling different about the game. That's the experience that he has now.
Yeah, he kind of like the monkey off his back a little bit on there. He not only broke his cherry playing in the NFL, but he's got playoff playing in the NFL. He's, there's no butterflies. The guy is taking it, I'm a veteran. I'm going to act like a veteran. This is the job. They're going to bring in people to take my job, and I'm here to keep him off. And when my number's called, I'm going to show up and show out.
Yep. It's like a playoff game is there's a great analogy in Band of Brothers when that dude that was scared to fight was down in the foxhole. And his commanding officer came by and he saw him down in there quivering. And he's like, look, man, the second you realize that you were dead when you got here, the easier it's going to become to do your job. So that's like Skyler. The second you realize that you've already lost this game as a playoff game, the easier it is to do your job and actually probably win it.
See, I don't think in that terms. I remember that part in that scene, and to me, I see the victory on the other side, not the defeat. I don't see the death. I see the victory on the other end. Now, that's just me. That doesn't mean everyone has to look at it that way. I like the error on the side of arrogance. It just seems to work out a little better for me, but I understand the metaphor that the guy was using, and I'm hoping that Skylar Thompson has turned that.
Because it's sudden death. So if you go into it thinking I cannot lose this game, and that's on the back, you're going to lose.
Yeah, you can't have that. To me, I want to see Skylar Thompson, Tua, everybody saying, I've already won this game. You're just in my way of my victory. You can't stop me. I'm going to impose my will. You're just another obstacle in my way to greatness. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. Give me that guy. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. So, little bit of interview that happened with Austin Jackson. They asked him. Now, guys, remember, Austin Jackson is only 23 years old. 23. He said that he was asked about his injury and his health, and he said, I never really had a season-ending injury before, so it was tough, but I'm really excited to get back out and play. It's actually kind of like surgery, or angry, exciting. So he's telling everybody he's got a chip on his shoulder. He didn't like how things went down. He doesn't like that, he felt like he was making improvements and didn't really get his chance because of his injury. He went on to say, I blew my ankle, really, so fixing that was the biggest thing. And then after that, just rehabilitating or rehabbing, just getting better as a professional, physically, mentally, and all that, etc. Luckily for me, I think the injury allowed me to add more consistency in my routine and such. I'm feeling really excited about going into this season. Off season was great. So he had some more things to say. He said when he was asked about going down with the injury, he said it was upsetting. His season last year, I put a lot of time into last year and a lot of time into bettering myself to be a better player for the Dolphins, and got hit with injuries. And it's something that hasn't happened to me before. So it's definitely a learning experience. And it just made me even more excited to get back on the field again. From the injury, I would say I learned how to grow as a professional. like I had an injury going into a contract year. I didn't play in my third year going into an option year. So it's just like all these things around you. How do I focus? How do you focus on doing what you got to do, doing what's best for Austin? So I feel like this is one of the big things for me is just staying focused. So he sounds like a guy who's dialed up and dialed in. You know, he was also asked by Barry Jackson about his relationship with Mike McDaniel. He said, football's tough, man, and the coaches are supposed to push us, and I appreciate that stuff. Everyone has a different vernaculars from different places, but he's very detail-oriented, and that's my big takeaway. He was also asked about the familiarity and returning to the same offense.
In other words, coach yelling at me a lot.
Coach is expecting a lot from him. And you know what? Mike McDaniel, hold on a second. My camera's messing up. Mike McDaniel, I would imagine, as a good coach that I imagine Mike McDaniel to be, he's got to feel some sort of ownership over his guys. And what I mean by that is he knows Austin Jackson is a guy he foresees as a fit. But here he is. He's making money. He's getting paid. But, like, you're not doing this young man any favors by not making him a better football player. You need him to be the best that he can be. He needs to buy in that you're there to help him. And that, you know, not only is it going to be for the betterment of the team and and the guys you commiserate with to go into battle, but this is how you provide for your family. This is a big deal. So take it seriously, act seriously about it, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure. And he had this to say: I get to build on my coaching points from last season, and that's the expectation for me in my second year playing in this system, is to obviously build off what I already know. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Is what he says. So he needs to let everybody see it. That's what has to happen now. That's what needs to go down, fellas. Austin Jackson it's a big year for him. My dog is hitting my fucking tripod. Come on, man. I know it's raining. Come here, Stinky. You got a cat, I got a dog. All right. Okay. Yes, Stinky. I know. All right. He's messed up my whole deal now. Yeah, you. I know. He's messed up my whole deal now. I know. He's a sweet boy.
Damn, dog.
He's a sweet boy. He's
got jealous. He saw the cat. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I did. Well, yeah. Well, it's now raining outside. He's like, hey, it's raining. I'm like, okay, I know. He's a good dog. He's kind of a doofus, and he doesn't, he's still young. He's not even 2 years old. So this is my third kid. I didn't want a third kid, so we had this one as dad. He's our third, and believe me, he's a fucking pain in the ass of the third kid too. All right, stay. Fix my setup here. All right, there we go. So yeah, man, Ollie the Persian cat.
I saw that.
Look, Shake Money got the kitty cat. So, I mean, listen, some other stuff coming out about, the national media, and I got a clip. I'll play you guys on that. The Tua looking big, looking swole. This is the second year in the offense. It's a big deal. Tua's gotta do it, bro. He's gotta do it, guys. He's gotta do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it all hinges on this.
To be honest, it all hinges for him on this. If he doesn't do it, I don't know. Our team, doesn't matter what team it is, I don't think they're gonna really buy into him. His career really hinges on this season.
It does. All right, let me pull up this video. Hopefully we don't get fucking clipped. I don't know. We'll do our best. Here, what I'm gonna do. Give me a second. Boom.
For that concussion, and you see it in the core.
Let's see if I can do it like this. If this will work out better, maybe. Boom. And guys, you're still in the room, so talk. So hopefully this setup prevents us from getting clipped.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we just have to we just pause it and make sure we talk about it.
Yeah.
MJ, the one thing I saw about today, that Tua looks bigger and stronger than the last time we saw him in Christmas when he suffered that concussion. And you see it in the core, you see it in the calves.
For a second there, how it flipped, I thought he said when he sucked. I was like, excuse me?
Oh, yeah, no, he came out swinging. He's saying Tua is terrible and that, we expect terribleness from him.
Damn.
So, I know, right? Look, Tua's hard to not look at and go, damn, that boy he got junk in the trunk and he got some big calves and he got core strength for days.
Shout out to HB in the chat. I see you there.
Yeah, Zippa Media. Guys, if you like all the twinkling stars and cool stuff we do around here, you can watch Zippa on his channel at Zippa Media. He'll show you how to do some of that stuff. Actually,
and if
guys,
you're really polite, he'll actually talk to you during his live stream.
He does live streams of it, and you ask him some questions, he'll teach you some stuff. If you guys want to learn about, video editing and, graphics design, stuff like that, man, he's the man. And if you got enough money, you could probably afford his services too. So, but yeah, let's continue.
In best shape of their career, but it's important for Tua, one, because you get more zip on those passes, which I saw today, but also having more size maybe helps with being able to take contact and prevent some of those injuries we've seen really slow down Tua's career, particularly last season. Another thing did
they write a script for everybody to freaking follow? Jesus, man.
It's literally, I know what you're saying, Color. It's like Puffy McPuffinstein. We get it.
It's like they constantly got to remind you of the little tiny things. I got bigger. He should be able to take a hit better. I thought deja vu meant they're making changes in the Matrix, not staying the same.
They were a top 5 offense, number 2 in passing when Tua was their quarterback. Big timing and speed-based offense under Mike McDaniel, where Jaylen Waddle.
I'm sorry, but Buddy is looking chunk, dude. Look at the fucking size of this kid. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
he's got better
Myles
shoelaces.
Gaskin next to him. Those are all the running backs next to him.
His shoulders look kind of bigger, or are those just the pads?
Nah, he's looking thicker, bro. Let's be real. Yeah, they got those skin pads in there, but they're like just a fucking t-shirt.
Well, I guess we're going to have to start calling him OJ then, aren't we?
Damn, Color.
Damn,
Color. I'm the only guy with my face up here, Color. Don't do that to me.
Offense under Mike McDaniel.
Hey, at least you don't have to worry about him wearing gloves because they don't fit.
Not that OJ. I meant the juice part of OJ.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just realized how that was misconstrued. I'm sorry.
So would we say Tua has pulp? Is that what you say?
Pulp, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, he's got pulp. All right.
Pulp Fiction.
There's no shortage of pulp in South Florida.
No, there's not.
Just go play. And he also said,
look at him right here. Hold on a second. Oh, here's a good picture of him. Look at him right here. Now he's got full fucking pads on right there. Look at him right here. Right there. Then look at him right there. That boy is bigger. That ain't no bullshit. No pads. There. And there.
Yeah, his arms definitely look skinnier in this picture.
100%. His arms look smaller. His whole deal looks smaller.
Yeah.
let's go play.
8-5 as a starter in 2022. God, I hate that fucking as a starter stat. That's the
He also
it was one of his best passes.
I was going to say there was somebody just yesterday or the day before that was asking if he'd ever overthrown anybody. It was Fred, I think. There you go, Fred. That's the one right there, man.
Was it an overthrow though? I mean, look.
I mean, it's kind of tiny for me, but it looked like it was thrown over.
I'm
over
just
his
saying,
head.
dude. It was a little bit. He had to reach out and catch it on his fingertips. But this, to me, the timing, the arc, the fucking velocity, everything on this pass, placement, everything. This is one of the best.
Stay tuned with him. So they've got a lot of speed on this offense, another toy for Mike McDaniel to play with. But Rob, we know this Dolphins team is going to go as far as Tua's health takes them. And one thing that I learned today.
That ain't no bullshit. That's the deal, guys. Again, though, it doesn't have to be the deal. You know, Dolphin fans that are Tua fanatics, the Tua sexuals, the Tua non, the Tua whatever, like, our season doesn't have to be over if Tua goes down, if we can put a little support behind a guy like Skylar Thompson, for crying out loud. But I don't know. I feel like business decisions get in the way of stuff like that. I don't know. Whatever. Let's continue.
Today from Mike McDaniel is they're putting a lot of value on Tua's jiu-jitsu training. Yes, he is doing that to learn how to fall, they're saying. And look, Mike McDaniel said it may look like bullying at first, guys attacking guys, falling to the ground, but for him, it's a way for him to disperse his energy, use his core strength, and maybe avoid some of those injuries. They're doing it so much, they're adding it to their practices.
Did he just say it may look like bullying at first?
Dolphins have high.
That is not good. That's what he did.
So he was
say.
So wait, because this is a non-football issue here. Did he just actually, in his verbiage, attempt to placate snowflakes by making sure that nobody was upset if they saw footage of Tua doing jiu-jitsu and getting thrown to the ground? Oh, they're supposed to look like they're bullying him. Really? Did he just make that caveat?
Ooh.
What kind of sick world do we live in, man? Like, no shit, it looks like they're bullying him.
It's football, bitches. But no, we can't have any bullying gate around here. No more. Bullygate 2.0.
You know what? There was probably somebody emailed the network and was like, man, that looks like they're bullying him. You shouldn't play that video.
Some Kevin or Karen called up and cried about it.
Yeah, so they had to actually put the disclaimer in his verbiage, like, oh, for those that don't know, who might think it looks like they're bullying him.
Excuse
oh my
me,
God,
Color.
man!
There is far and away too many microaggressions going on in this conversation right now. You need to offer an apology at this moment.
Oh, I know, bro. I know. I'm sorry. It just caught me.
I need a full.
That little stuff
apology.
don't get by me, bro.
No,
I'm hypersensitive to it these days, man.
I know you are, and this is bullshit, and we need to issue a TFTG apology from Color Commentary right now before we have the fucking.
I am not trying to bully the anti-bully crowd.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I seen this video of this. You know, they call crazy. You know, it's funny because they call these chicks Karens, but like they're super easy to identify. They got that crazy toss their head back and forth when they talk, and there's a hate coming out of them, and then there's always that frustrated scream that they do as well. This video, this lady, and I'm guessing New York, some big city, was like, "Don't you know the leash laws here in the city?" And they're like, "No." They're like, "You got to have your dog on a leash." And they're like, "My dog doesn't need a leash. It's a good dog. Does what I say." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, well, we'll just let the police decide." Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, "All right, Karen, get the fuck out of here." And the lady got so mad at them that she tried to call the dog. They're like on the side. They're like on a sidewalk, and she's like on the side of the street. She called their dog to them and like called it out into the road. Like this lady, like seriously, that's how pissed you were. You wanted their dog to come out in the street to be in traffic. So she tried to get the dog to break the leash law for why they need one, if there is one. And then, I mean, is that what we have to deduce to? That?
Is this the one that happened in New York?
Was it New York that happened? I just seen it.
That's a separate issue. The other one is the other way around, where the lady was called the cops on the bird watcher. But come to find out, the bird watcher attempted to call her dog over with some food, like not knowing what he was intending to do to the dog by calling it over. She called the police, and that's really why she called the police, not just because he was out bird watching.
Yeah, caller. In fact, real quick, I know it's a separate subject, but real quick, that person, the bird watcher, wasn't he an author of an episode of Star Trek?
I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
I think he was. He was the guy. That's what he's
known for. Well, there's like
14,000
episodes of Star. Oh, he's like a big time author.
Yeah, he's like a big time something had to do with Star Trek. I'm pretty positive. And in fact, it was so dumb. She tried to tell the cops that he was trying to do something to her or something like that. And he's
I've that shit happens as soon as the cops show up and they're looking at you and you start realizing, and like you're thinking as the Karen, I'm imagining you're thinking, oh, I kind of fucked up. Now there's a sexual assault that could have been happening. You know, they try to find some
her the whole time.
Yeah, they always try to find a way to spin the narrative. Now they find every whatever hot button topic to marginalize yourself as a victim to portray. Like, grow the fuck up, people. You know, the anti-bullying.
On the same token, there's a whole large amount of people, including the media, that are taking advantage of that too and claiming every situation is like that. So we got to be careful to label everything like that too.
I agree. I just, listen, the anti-bullying that got, done in the 90s. I remember when I was younger and it was like a thing, and it was stop bullying. And like, as I got older in high school, that's really when it was at its pinnacle, when they were talking about it. But my dad used to say this. He's like, this is a slippery slope. Not that bullying's a good thing. It's a bad thing. Obvious. Breaking people down psychologically and, putting physical harm on them just to be a dick is not cool. But it's always like you lose something you don't intend when you do stuff like this. And to me, people need to get punched in the face a little bit more. Personally, I think, I know coming from a man, you get into some scuffles, get into some fights. Even when you were like a younger kid, like typically you fought the kid in your neighborhood or neighborhood next to you. And then now you're like good friends. You know what I'm saying? You felt each other out. It came to fisticuffs. Now you're kind of like, this guy's all right. You kind of figure this dude out. There's a respect gained in there. Nobody has no respect no more. They got no respect. They got no pushback. Everyone's just getting away with being assholes and not being put in line. That you can't really operate like that in the world. And we're creating all these laws or ridiculous rules and things to try to fix the human condition. And you can't force people to do anything. You kind of just got to meet in the middle or avoid each other. That's really how it comes. Either you get away from them or you just say, you know what? It's time to find out what you made of, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And put it to bed and then shake hands and be done with it. I don't know.
Right, because the slippery slope he was talking about is the slippery slope of subjectivity. Like bullying, like at what point does game theory creep in and, the nefarious players of the game decide, well, it's advantageous of me to be able to successfully label anything that I don't like or that hurts me as bullying. So if I don't, if my cheeseburger is made the wrong way, well, that means that the clerk was bullying me.
Yeah, exactly. Or whatever. It's a slippery slope. Again, it was the point I was trying to get, and I'm glad you drove it home, Color. Like, two rights make a wrong, just like two wrongs don't make a right. Almost. Do you understand what I'm saying? You try to right a situation, but
right. You can't get a negative out of two positives. Exactly.
And that's what ends up happening here. You try to, listen, I'm all about inclusion. I'm all about, sectionalized, marginalized peoples. having their voice be heard or anything like that. Again, it's fine. It's cool. The internet has made it great because then people can gather, but it's also a double-edged sword. Like, fuck, bro, get over yourself. You know, again, G says he identifies as a billionaire, so we all need to start treating him like it. You know,
right? I mean, where does this end? I mean, a 5-star general. Does that mean that the CIA is going to let me in the building?
Well, they have to because you identified as one and you went and did it. Again, I don't know. I identify as a Miami Dolphins team that wins the Super Bowl this year, so make it right. That's what I identify.
Well, there are some politicians out there that identify as above the law so they can keep classified servers in their personal basement and shit and get away with it, whatever.
Fuck. Now we've fallen down the rabbit hole. We were going down the rabbit hole. Now we have fallen in.
Well, it's lived experience. If I identify as the president, why do I even have to run?
Oh man, let's continue back to some football talk before we get in trouble.
Meanwhile, the NFL changed rules today.
Yeah, what rules?
So I have the rules up. So today the NFL voted in new kickoff rules for fair catch and touchback, which pretty much they basically made it very similar to college football. So according to Article 4, putting the ball in play after a fair catch. After a fair catch is made or is awarded as the result of a fair catch interference, the receiving team has the option of putting the ball in play by either A, fair catch kick, drop kick, or place kick without a tee from the spot of the catch, or succeeding spot after enforcement of any applicable penalties or rule. And then B, the other option is snap from the spot of the catch or succeeding spot after enforcement of any applicable penalties, unless a player on the receiving team makes fair catch of a free kick behind receiving team's 25-yard line, in which the case the ball will be put in play at the receiving team's 25-yard line. So basically what that means is if they catch the ball sometime between the 1-yard line and the 25-yard line, it doesn't matter if they do and they fair catch in that area, the ball automatically goes to the 25.
But that's only on a kickoff.
That's only on kickoff.
That's not a punt.
That's
which begs the question as to why, with all the other rules that have impact on the game that need to be looked at, why they spent all this time crafting a rule that, I mean, has anybody even ever seen that come into play in their entire life of watching football?
In college,
I don't think I've ever even seen a fair catch on a kickoff. Maybe once.
In college, they do it all the time. So because it's part of the rules. So
and in the NFL, if the kickoff team keeps getting penalized and they keep getting backed up to where they're kicking off from like the 10-yard line, sometimes you might see it in a lifetime in the NFL.
To me, I think if we really pulled back the layers, they're calling this a safety thing, but I would imagine that placing people at the 25-yard line and fair catch rules is something that they've done. Some actuary somewhere figured out that it results in higher scoring games. That's what I would put my money on, that this is a result of more touchdowns, more plays, stuff like that. Essentially now on a kickoff, you're not going to take it out unless it's at the end of the game and you ain't got enough time to drive the length of the field. They're going to kick the ball off and you're going to have to pick it up and run it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like to me.
Let's be real about this. All right. Even you can go ahead and call that out first. I'll wait till that's done. Then I'll give my
shout out to Crypto with the $5 donate. The gaslighting committee has been formed at the Miami Dolphins headquarters. Is that right?
That's
Crypto. If you have the in on the gaslighting committee, I need to know who's on the board. because I've got a couple of names I've heard about being put together and formed for this gaslighting committee. And some of them are in this community that we know so well. So we need to keep an eye on that. Reach out to me personally and let me know a couple of the names, because I think we might need to take that color dubbed voiceover documentary and expose these gaslighters for who and what they really are.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do a little sub documentary for the Fins Tailgate, and it'll just be about defining logical fallacies. So people can, when they're arguing with us on our panels and all that, they can be more aware of what of the fallacies they commit.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Such as gaslighting.
You should make like short 3 to 5 minute long videos of that. That's what just an educated, just a single topic. You dive into it and you hammer away the educational points of it, and then it's there forever sitting as an educational piece for the channel. So then when it comes up in conversation, you can then refer them to your videos and say, episode 3, go check it out, you fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So for a preview, little example, when I argue, let's say when you find me debating on behalf of Pete's talking points, right? That's a form. That's not white knighting. That is a form of steel manning. What I'm doing there is steel manning. I'm making it clear what a person's position is when everybody misconstrues it.
This is a perfect example, Color. Like straight up, that is a perfect example of exactly. You could, color commentator, episode 1, explaining the NFL steel manning. Boom. And then go on.
We'll do another bonus one for crypto's sake. Gaslighting is when you try to convince somebody that the position they're taking is so crazy that they are insane for even thinking it. And it's meant to get a person to question their own confidence in their own knowledge. That is what gaslighting is. It's like when you say, well, everybody knows it's this way, and it's like, no, it's not that way. Everybody might think that, but then when a person says, well, I can't believe you would ever think that anybody could think that way that's in their right mind. Well, what you're doing is you're attempting to make the person feel like question, well, wait a minute. I wonder if what I'm saying really is crazy. Am I delusional? And when they start to question themselves, you have successfully gaslighted them.
Bitches.
What I was gonna say about the rule changes, though.
Yeah. Let's get back to the rule change. Explain to me the drop kick.
That's the part I don't understand. I was hoping Color could maybe explain that a little bit better. Basically, it's saying that fair catch kick, drop kick, or place kick without a tee from the spot of the catch, or the succeeding spot after enforcement of any applicable penalties or rules. So, I guess like. They can, basically, if it's like a drop kick punt or whatever, how I guess I'm reading that is if it's a drop kick or whatever, we hit a safety and they ended up having to punt to us, even if they get the ball to the let's say they try to kick it, maybe that doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding. I was thinking that maybe we could leave it doesn't apply. Maybe the second rule doesn't really apply in that case.
I mean, how many drop kicks are we fucking seeing?
I have no idea. I don't really understand that.
Especially on a kickoff. I guess, okay, well, no, there's you get the touchdown and you got to kick off, or no, you get the safety, so you got to do the drop kick. So maybe that's what they're taking into account. So if you take a safety, now you have to drop kick the kickoff, you could fair catch it at the 40 and take it there. But if you fair catch it at the 23-yard line, you're going to get it at the 25, or is because it's a drop kick and you only caught it at the 23, you start at the 23. Is that what they're saying? So essentially the 25-yard line fair catch rule inside the 25 down to the 1 or in the end zone, you're automatically on a fair catch brought to the 25-yard line. But if it's a drop kick, that rule does not apply. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's what I kind of think. But basically what they're saying, what's driving these rule changes is health and safety. They say modeling says return rate will drop 38% to 31%.
But that modeling is from college 15%. Where this situation actually happens.
Salute to William Perry, the latest member of the channel. Thank you, William. Appreciate it. Welcome to the family, buddy.
Yeah,
What's up, William? Perry? Appreciate that, William.
But here's what I was trying to get at is the underlying narrative, in my opinion, is that both rule changes, this rule change and the whole quarterback change that you're calling, we talked about being the Brock Purdy thing, all has to do with the offense, bro. Both these rules benefit the offense, so the offense doesn't become lame duck. It gives them a chance.
I get what you're saying, Ollie. I guess maybe the point I'm trying to make is being missed.
Versus built behind the 20.
Well, maybe the point I'm trying to make is being missed. Like, I understand that it actually changes something in college because that situation actually happens in college where you have kickers with inferior legs. You know what I mean? But in the NFL, like that 30, like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of focus on something that just doesn't happen. Now, I get what you're saying about the third quarterback and generating offense. I get that. That I don't disagree with. But I'm talking about this particular nuanced thing about fair catches on kickoffs. Like, I think I might have seen one fair catch on a kickoff in my entire life.
This is true.
And so these numbers, like, they look at something as in other words, it seems to me they're creating an issue to fix. And there wasn't really one for the NFL. It was only an issue in college.
I think they really just want more offenses to start at the 25-yard line to drive the length of the field.
But that's not going to generate that in the NFL because that situation never even comes up anyway. That's all I'm trying to say.
I don't know, man. Doesn't make sense.
I've never heard of anybody fair catching on a kickoff, like unless it's end of the game where they pop up the kick really high.
Well, now, if it's kicked into the end zone, that's when they usually fair catch it. But now, instead of them, maybe this is what they're thinking. If your gunner is down, okay, and the guy who's set to receive is now you got to put Jaylen Waddle back there. Well, if he fair catches it at the 10, you're trying to keep that guy healthy to not have to bring that football out there. So maybe as far as roster construction, they're taking away a little bit of the.
Oh, I see what you're saying too. That now that the rule is actually creating a positive, active situation, like Ali's saying, where hey, nothing mattered before. Now it actually matters. Your guy can call a fair catch inside the 10 or whatever, and you know what I mean?
And be at the 25,
right,
not at the 10.
I got you. Okay.
Where now, if you caught it at the 10, you were going to take it out.
It's actually going to generate fair catches on kickoffs, is what you guys are trying to say. Okay, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah,
okay,
that's kind of what I was trying to get at.
I completely got you guys now. Yep.
The other part of it, Color, is that this is only a 1-year trial. They've only approved it for 1 year. So they're going to try it this year and see how it goes.
Has there ever been a thing that was a 1-year trial that they didn't keep with?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think they've changed the field goal rules.
The one thing I know that they did like a 1-year trial with that they got away with was the challenging of the flags. Yeah. They were like, no way, this slows the game. Yeah, they were like, this slows the game down too much.
What I've also read is that the NFL is really considering maybe even trying out the XFL kickoff rules. How do you guys feel about that? Have you seen the XFL kickoff and punt rules? Have you seen
what
that?
What are they? Explain.
So instead of having the teams line up like they do for a normal kickoff, whatever, they have the teams line up facing each other. I think they're like 10, 20 yards apart. And they cannot move or run towards the receiver until he has caught the ball and started moving.
Right. So it almost creates a situation like a scrimmage play.
Yeah.
And the snap of the ball is the receiver catching the ball.
Is the alignment different?
Yes.
It is.
Let me see if I can maybe share a video. Let me see if I can find something. Or do you think we'll get
cat
clipped on it?
loves to be on
Do they
camera,
still
bro.
have do they still have the old
does
coin
be on
toss
camera.
rule in the XFL?
Oh,
I always
no
liked
idea.
that one.
Let me see.
Remember they used to do a fumble drill for the coin toss.
You would think that
That might
if they were
crack
going
too
to try
many
to
heads.
change rules for player safety, I would imagine punt returns are where more injuries happen and stuff like that. I don't know. Again, I don't want them to change.
Well, now it'd be pretty tricky if you implemented that rule on punts, because now your punter has to decide, man, I really got to be right on if I'm going to put it down to the 1 yard line, because that guy could just fair catch it and take it out to the 25. You know what I mean?
You can't. There's no point. There'd be no more coughing kicks or anything like that. There'd be no, all that stuff. Yeah. See, that's what I was wondering.
This is what it looks like. Basically, this is kind of what their kickoff looks like, and I'll kind of let me mute this first.
Well, don't mute it. Just don't press play. Just scroll with it.
I'll scroll with it. All right.
Yeah.
So they're technically not supposed to move, from my
until after it's
understanding.
caught or after it's kicked.
It's after it's been caught. The receiver has to catch the ball and make a football move, like go running or something, before they can move.
Well, that's fuck. How the fuck does your team know that you caught the ball?
The guy yells something.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. So when we were looking
the ball touches ground.
When we were looking here, this guy in the backfield, all the way in the back here, he's not the kicker.
Receiver.
He's the receiver. So the kickers kick him from way back over here, and they can't start running or anything after him until he catches that ball.
Until he catches it,
he probably yells when he catches it.
What if I'm not kicking right to him? What if he misses it? I gotta wait till he picks it up, so he's fumbled. What if the guy fucking kicks the ball 2 or 3 times trying to pick it up?
He has to have the ball in hand or touch the ball or something.
Well, then I might as well throw the fucking ball to him then.
That's actually a good point. That is.
I might as well fucking throw it to him. What's the point of even kicking it? The point of kicking the ball to someone is that it's a loose ball on the field potentially.
The point of kicking the ball off is because it could no longer be called a game of football if you don't start the game by putting your foot into it.
Truth. But again,
that's like the last thing left as to why we even call it football, is because we start the game with the foot in the ball.
Field goals is really the biggest reason,
right?
I think. And you get a point every time, every score you.
I mean, you could argue football is another way to say it's a game of inches. You know what I mean? It's football. You're trying to advance foot by foot.
And they're only lined up 5 yards apart, by the way. So all those players,
they're right across from each other.
Yeah, legitimately. So it's like,
yeah. And I think it was the AFF they just started the ball at the 20-yard line. I remember the AFF. They didn't even do kickoffs. They just started the ball at the 20-yard line.
So pre-concussion awareness era, the XFL was doing fumble drills for coin tosses.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't even think the NFL needs to do trials to see how things work out.
I remember when the
watch
XFL
the XFL and see what they're doing.
Well, that's the whole reason that they have the AFL, XFL. They do that so they can try all that stuff out. Yeah. And same thing with college, But to me, it would make sense that if they're gonna do that type of rule, the kickoff team advances as soon as the ball lands on the other side. If that guy doesn't catch it, then
he's going to have to yell go whether he catches it or whether it hits the ground. You know what I mean?
Fuck a go. He could yell go if he wants, but who's going to run back? Who's going to turn around and run up field and help him pick that up? Nobody. If you're back there, it's you and you alone. You got to get that ball. So if it hits the ground,
I wonder if the ref chirps their whistle or something.
No, well then if that's the case, you might as well just let that guy hold the ball and then let him fucking blow the whistle.
Right.
So to me,
no, I mean like if it hits the ground or something, you know what I mean? Like as soon as it's in play, the ref chirps the whistle. I don't know. I haven't watched a game yet.
To me, I would say this. It would be, it's a disadvantage kicking the ball off. You're giving the ball back to the opponent. So how do you work some of the NFL? You need to holler at your boy when you want to work these things out, because I can help you explaining and what can serve the game the best. Because
I thought we had a pretty good system when I was growing up.
Well, if we're gonna make changes, listen. If you ain't growing, you dying, color. So change is all right. So to me, you're kicking the ball off, so you're going to be losing this possession. So that sucks. So how do you make this a little even? They're going to be on offense. How do you make it a little bit even while making things safer? You don't have guys running 30 yards downfield, getting tired, getting blindsided, all that stuff. I kind of see why they would maybe implement something like this. So,
I mean, I was on the kickoff return team. I've been laid out by them guys, man.
I've been laid out plenty of people. Anyhow,
shout out to Artie Frederick, wherever you may be.
I took the worst injury I ever had on a kickoff return. I got speared in my back and it fucked me up pretty good. It hurt. Anyhow, you kick the ball off, you have a vantage point. You're looking at that guy try to catch it. If he drops it, as soon as that ball is over there, hits the ground, him catch it, whatever, you take off. The receiving team that's on the front line, they just have to play offensive, like offensive linemen, but waiting. They don't know when you're coming. They can only defend. You understand what I'm saying? They can only hold you back. So I kind of like that idea. Also, it takes the need of needing any offensive linemen off the field too, and these big guys taking big injuries, running around out there is just unnecessary. So, I would say if they were going to do that, I don't know the XFL rule exactly, if the guy has to catch it, whatever, but that would be how I would do it. If the ball, as soon as the ball is on the other side of that field, not in the air, but as soon as it lands, whether in his hands or on the ground, the kickoff team advances. And that's it. But it also, you got to think too, you're out here blocking. You don't know where your guy is. You can't set up any blocks. You can't, which they wanted to get away from that anyhow. Those wall blocks were killing people. The gunner's coming up and he's got 4 guys to get through or 3 guys to get through, and they're just destroying him. So interesting. Change be a coming. So
yeah, unfortunately, one of the 4 guys on that wall has to get laid out by that freight train coming in. Yeah, that was usually me.
I kind of, if we're going to talk about change, I think the NFL should consider changing to the XFL rules for extra points. I like that way better than changing the kickoff rules, to be honest. The extra points is like you can elect to go for 1, 2, or even 3 points by they put the ball so many yards back, depending on what you want to go for.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I would do that rather than changing kickoffs. I already said that all these moves they're making really supplements the offense, and according to the NFL, offense is money. Why wouldn't you do that? That's more offense on the field.
It is the drop kick, the pooch kick. Isn't that 4 points in the NFL? Or is it? It's not 3 points. It's 4 points, right?
Oh, I don't know of anything that gets you 4 points.
I don't remember. I know there's like a thing where you can drop kick it and get points.
This is in the AFL, you said?
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know.
The
but
XFL,
to me,
what they have is like you get your normal field goal. I think they put it like 5 yards behind the line or whatever. And then 5 yards more, you can go for 2. And then I think it's 5 more yards after that. You can go for 3 points instead.
So I like the idea of some different ways to get points. Mm-hmm. Something I thought would be cool. So like just another skill that if you had a player on your team that could do something and you can get points off it, would be cool. So like if you're inside the 30-yard line, and rather than take a field goal try, you come out in a normal offensive formation and you drop kick it, and that gives you 3 points. You know what I'm saying? Or 4 points or something like that, or gives you 2 points. Just a different number to make things different. I don't know. But games shall be a-changing. Well, we missed the 1 hour mark, rounding up here at midnight. So, guys, make sure you're checking out me, El Capitan, Tailgate Style. You got color commentary coming at you, as you guys know. Ali the Persian doing his broken takes. Got Lou, a.k.a. Rabbit Dolphin, always popping in around doing some, co-hosting. You can catch him a lot with Shake Money and Shake doing the afternoon shows. Shake, you're going to be on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, for sure, at 6 o'clock.
Yep. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate, great ways to support the program. Also, guys, go in the link in the description for Fanatics. You can get your officially licensed gear, and it helps the show grow, as well as get your energy drink, your workout, pre-workout, energy drink, all that good stuff. Dubby, use offer code TFTG and get 10% off your purchase. And also,
by the way, I
guys,
just want to put on real quick. This, like I said, I drink it on the weekends. When I play video games, it really helps me focus. So it's really the thing about it is I used to drink Bang energy drinks when I was playing video games, but that shit made me I felt like a Beavis. Hey, I'm con Julio. I need TP for my bunghole. It get me all wired up. Yeah. But with this, I just I'm focused and I'm not overhyped. So that's one thing I like about it. I could honestly say
he said TP.
But I just want to throw that in there real quick.
And then, guys, also Backroom Collections, get 10% off your purchases using offer code TFTG as well. So, closing statements, guys. Anything from y'all? I was going to show the media availabilities from coach and players, but we'll do that another time. What were you going to say, Color?
I was just going to answer Pete's question. It's actually even in more play this year, comeback player of the year, seeing as they pulled him right after a quote-unquote major injury. We didn't see him play another down. And if he comes out and has a stellar season, that could easily be comeback player of the year material.
No.
Unfortunately, his sycophantic fans will be talking MVP, and people will forget about that possibility.
Yeah, I don't think he qualifies for comeback player status personally. I just don't. Even with the concussion cutting his season short at the end of the year. What were you gonna say, Shake?
An opening monologue. I'm gonna play some press conferences tomorrow. So.
Oh, there you go. So you guys can check the press and there'll be more out tomorrow. So you'll have a lot. You'll have plenty. So you guys catch it with Shake tomorrow. Anything else, Shake?
That's pretty much it. And in the blender, I got Bleezy, and of course, you're gonna be there late. I'm gonna do a late night episode of In the Blender with my man El Capitan. He's gonna be there.
I can't wait. I'm gonna wear the jacket, dog. So
that's what's up. Hell yeah!
I'll make sure to have the jacket, the tie, all the good stuff. I'll be looking sharp for it. Ali, anything from you, buddy?
No. We got a show to record tomorrow.
Broken takes.
Beyond that, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with this team. I from what I'm seeing, a lot of secondary role players are making the big leap. It looks like, while players that you thought might be your qualified number 2 is already dropping out of maybe even number 4 at this point. Being the worst quarterback at OTAs, that's kind of surprising. So for all you that voted for Skyler, you called it, man.
You saying somebody didn't prepare themselves to be throwing the
somebody
football?
Thought he was just going to waltz in here and take Sky the Machine Gun Thompson's job? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So all right, guys. I don't know. We had like 80 watching live. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please do share the video. Shout out to all the members, all the mods. William, welcome to the family. Thanks for joining the membership.
For sure.
Guys, we appreciate all the donations, everything like that. Make sure to donate, share, hit the like button, become a member. We'll see you guys next time. Fins up, everybody.
Hit the like button.